Okay, you're gonna get angry at me because you always get angry at me when I say this. I have an
Who, me?
article. I have an article coming out.
Oh my God.
JD has literally at times shot me literally through the screen. I have wounds, and I didn't know you had a gun, and certainly not one that
Well,
works.
it's like he's your paid shill. I mean, he asks you a question to which your answer is conveniently. I have an article about that coming out.
I do. My
We
article.
do have advertising on this show, and it's you two.
My article. Well, because it goes to what Stephen was saying earlier. Okay. The vetoes that are coming out. My article coming out tomorrow, is called "The Joy of Vetoes," and what it's going to be about. I'm going to be saying, guys, don't run away from the fact that Obama's going to do vetoes. Embrace it, because every veto he puts out is going to reveal his controlling agenda. See, he hasn't had to do that. He's been protected by Harry Reid. He said it himself. But now he's going to have to reveal with every single veto how controlling he is. So we put something out that says Keystone Pipeline. And once again, don't do this too quickly. I don't want Boehner and company to move too quickly. Do it slow to where the American people can digest every piece as we go. But put out the Keystone Pipeline, it gets vetoed. He looks controlling. People want that. Something to secure the border, he vetoes it. He looks controlling. People want that. All kinds of stuff on Obamacare. Repeal the punishment for not buying insurance and so forth. Every single thing that we repeal on that, piece by piece, we're going to look great. You don't want to repeal all of Obamacare at once. That's not painful enough. I want to do it piece by piece. I want them to feel it. But every single one of these vetoes is going to be setting us up beautifully for 2016. Use the vetoes. Pursue the vetoes. Embrace the vetoes. So often, Democrats and liberals get away with not showing their controlling hand, not showing how they embrace control. They want to tell everybody how many bullets they can carry, how much soda they can drink. They want to control where other people's kids are educated and how. I mean, think about that. They want to control everything, and we don't out them for it. Here we have a perfect opportunity. Use it again and again and again. Enjoy the vetoes.
And in the meantime, we use the language of common sense. We drive people to say, why would he veto that? We build that on the ground. They build that in Congress. Where's the president going to go?
Really, I mean, this is a huge point, and I made it several times today in a bunch of different threads, pushing the fact that the Democrats are going to be the new party of no. I mean, the President Obama is going to be the president of no. President Obama is going to be the president of no, because we're going to pass stuff, and it's going to go to his desk, and he's not going to deal with it. He's going to table it. He's going to veto it, and that's a big deal. That's something that people hear about. That's something that the press loves to talk about. Even the Democrat press loves to talk about, because when you've got a bipartisan piece of legislation, which we will be getting, because these guys, the Democrats don't have very many seats anymore in the House, and certainly they're looking to hold on to seats in 2016 in the Senate. They are going to have to vote for some of these bills, particularly on Keystone. And things that are common sense measures, as you said, when it comes to Obamacare, repealing the medical device tax. These things are going to cost Democrats in the election if they don't vote for them. So what we have is a scenario where it behooves us to see the president veto all of these bills. I've talked to this in threads. People, for whatever reason, want to put a brick wall up and say no, because Boehner is here, and because we aren't getting everything repealed at once, because we aren't, passing everything with extreme vengeance, because we aren't impeaching Obama today, because Boehner did not, as the first act of Congress, the first act as Speaker, put up the thing for impeachment. It's somehow a cause for us to primary 200 members of Congress.
All at the same time.
All at the same time, yes.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Nationwide, right? Well, and I just think it's so funny because, we used to, in 2012, we saw all of these no Obama signs all over And I think if Obama is having to say no, and if he's vetoing all the time, then I think no Obama is going to take on a whole new meaning. And if the Democrats are wanting to protect their seats, they're going to have to choose. Are they either going to choose to support a president who is constantly promoting unpopular ideas and give up their seats? Or are they going to start to turn on the president, and are they going to start to listen to some of their constituents and start to vote along with the Republicans on some of these issues, like Keystone, like dismantling Obamacare, and actually help us out?
Yeah, actually, keep in mind, it hasn't just been Obama who's been protected by Harry Reid. It's been the other guys in Congress. They didn't have to vote on these things. I believe Keystone's going to fly. I think we're going to override him.
Well, poor blessed Obama. He's going to be forced to veto this crazy cake stuff that these radical conservative nut bars are passing. I mean, it used to be bad when, but at least Harry Reid could stop it. Now, my gosh, it's horrible. The entire legislative branch has gone insane, and all we have saving us is Obama and his veto pen. That's the way the media is going to be about it. So
Absolutely.
we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared with our counter message of common sense and explaining that Obama is being obstructionist because he is preventing us from doing the common sense things that allow the people of America to be in charge of their own lives and to have choice over what they do, and Obama just wants to control everything. So we're going to have to keep fighting. We just have to change our messaging a bit.
And I've got to say this. Andy's said it tonight even. We don't own the media or academia or all these other transmission message forms. We're not in Hollywood. The only way those messages of this is common sense legislation and the president's vetoing it, the only way that narrative gets out is through us. Because are you going to depend on the leadership of Congress to sell that, given their track record? Do you think they are equipped to sell that?
They can't sell coats to Eskimos.
Thank you. So it's on us. Anybody who thinks that whatever's going on in Washington is the only thing that matters, you have got to be kidding me. You have a duty. Every one of us who is on the right, who's in the rightward end of the spectrum, has a duty to go out and sell these ideas. If you believe in them, if you want them done, you create the popular support for it. You go out and you message these things in terms of common sense. Why wouldn't you want to sell insurance across state lines where there'd be more competition? It's just common sense. How much more do you need to say? And then you build that on the ground, and the support will get those things done. Because the media's not going to do it. Colleges are not going to do it. It's got to be us.
A human being going from a single cell all the way through birth, and it's an animated spiral, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful and it's a great example, and it was shared by the head of G+. He saw that GIF, thought it was awesome, and he shared it to his hundreds of thousands of followers. That's the way we change hearts and minds.